Hello, today we're going to learn how to face paint a superhero. So I'm going to get some water on my brush, dab it a little bit, and then I'm going to use a white paint. Now I'm using a thicker brush, but it's just for the eye detail, and actually you can use any brush for this whatsoever. And this design doesn't have any one stroke paints, it's all just standard paints, all just one colour. Now I'm going to start with the eye. You would normally have the person close their eyes, and then I'm just going to do a triangle up and then down, and then just fill it in. Just fill it in, just like that. And there we go, there we have our eyes. And then I'm going to go to a red colour, just plain red. And again, I'm using a thicker brush purely because it's a bit quicker, but not because I have to. Nice flat, thick brush. And I'm going to just go all the way over the top half of the head. Obviously not over the white. And I'm going to just go down to about here on the face. And there we have our red. Now I choose to go slightly further down below the eye. You could stop at the eye, or you could do the whole face. I'm just going to do a mask today. But yes, it doesn't matter how neat this is, because I'm going to do a bit of something over the top of it. So I'm going to use a stencil today. Now, you may not have a stencil and you don't need to use a stencil. You could just do dots or not do this at all, but I'm going to have some blue on my design. And I never used to have blue on my design until one day a little boy said, "Oh, you've forgotten the blue." And I went, "Oh yeah," thinking, "Oh no, where should I put the blue?" And then I just quickly picked up this stencil and just dabbed a bit of blue on, and actually I quite liked it, so I've kept it on the design now. With a stencil I use like a little dabber, but again you can use a sponge or, well yeah, a sponge or a dabber. And I'm going to put a little bit of spray on it, but not too much. When you're using a stencil, actually, you really need to have quite a dry sponge, or it can bleed in. And you need to make sure that the paint underneath is pretty dry as well. So I'm just going to have a little bit of a blue detail here, and then I'm going to do a bit of a triangle. But this changes every time I do it, really. Okay, so there we have some blue. And you could do a bit of blue here if you wanted to. Am I going to do it today? Maybe. Now I had to do a bit of correcting there, because sometimes you'll do things and you think, why did I do that? Made it worse. So I had to do a bit of touching up here because my stencil, because the paint wasn't dry enough properly underneath. So that'll teach me I need to wait till my paint is dry. And I know this, but still I rush things. Anyway, now I'm going to use a thin brush and a black paint to put in some line detail. I'm going to start with lining the white on the eye. So literally just go around the outside of the white. And now it's quite good if you can start off thin on this, and you can push down to make it a bit thicker, and then to go to a point at the top. And then down, make it thicker, and then come thinner at the end. I think I'm having an off day today. Nothing's going quite right. We all have those days, don't we? Beauty is you can always cover things up. You'd never know by the end. So now I'm going to do some more line detail around in the middle of the eyes and around the eyes. And I'm going to push down from the top and make it thinner as I go down. Some slightly smaller ones in the middle of that. And then I'm going to link up the top of the eye there and there. I should have done it the other way around. Pressing at the top, go down. I'm going to do 3 at the side. We're then going to link those up by looping in the middle. And then, for some reason, I'm not quite sure why, but I do like a triangle on the end. Just, I think it finishes off the side a bit better. Like that, you see? So, you could even leave it there if you wanted to. I like to do a little spider in the middle. Now I'm going to get a slightly thicker brush just to start this one off. So I'm going to have it like it's climbing upwards. So I'm going to do the head at the top. So I'm going to do a head here. Just a little circle. And then for the body, I'll leave a bit of a gap between the head and the body. It's a nice big round body. And then I'm going to go back to my, maybe make the head slightly bigger. And I'm going to go back to my thin brush for the legs, and I'm going to, from that gap, go out and then do a small flick there, and again another one with another one, and then just out and flick, and then out again and a flick, flick, and again for the bottom. Flick, flick. Again. And there we go. And I will also do some white detail, just as a bit of extra, because a spider's web often glistens, doesn't it? Now you could use a silver like liquid bling, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use white, just to do a bit of a popping detail. Again, just a thin brush. I'm going to do the middle ones underneath, and this doesn't have to be perfect. Usually this is the last thing I do on the design, and it can be quite quick that I quickly do this, especially if I've got a line of people waiting. And then just a little bit on the spider. And there we have our superhero. Thank you for watching. Bye!